Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and this morning I'm looking at a book from Tolley's Butterworths. It's the LexisNexis organisation. We've reviewed the book before and it's in the journals and on the web, but this is the new edition. It's called Tolley's Pensions Taxation for 2012 to 13, written by the excellent Stephen Ward. We've given it a title, At Last, a Clear, Accessible Account of how the pensions tax system really works, now in the latest edition for 2012 to 13. This is an annual event, and I think quite rightly too, with the seriousness that we now have to attach to pensions law generally. This is the book here. It's only a small, thinnish book, the spine, and there's the back, and you see some comments on it. It's running to something approaching 320 odd pages. There's the back of the index to give you an idea of what it looks like. So a detailed index actually, which is very helpful. And then you've got various appendices, Appendix 4 there. And the appendices in fact aren't particularly long with this book. They start their pension and lump sum rules to start it off with. Then you've got the body text itself, which is structured in a useful way because you've got paragraph numbering, you've got the subheadings and paragraph numberings at the side, which I think are also very helpful. There are no footnotes as such, because you don't really need them with this. What I have found helpful are the abbreviations and references. When you're dealing with finance matters, you always need to know what the abbreviations are. Now the actual contents, do read by the way the preface, which is well worth reading. It's always worth reading that. The contents are slightly different from normal, and there's quite a lot of detail, and you see that they refer to the paragraph numbering itself, which actually makes it probably easier to find and get an idea of what's available from the actual contents there and so on. And that's the final bit, and then you've got the list of the appendices at the bottom. It's a good book, and as I say, it's basically everything you need to know. I think that's one of the areas that probably is one of the most important areas for many people reading it, because this book is actually for the layman as well as the practitioner, in my opinion. There was a time when vast swathes of the United Kingdom population, especially the young, paid little attention to pensions or matters relating to them. Some say they still don't, but there is more awareness today. Now, especially with the advent of auto-enrollment, not to mention an ageing population, economic difficulties and so forth have led to the fact that pensions have now attained more of a position of priority in the public consciousness. That's where this book comes in. Not all that many people out there, however, including more than a few practitioners, fully understand pensions or pension planning, much less the taxation of pensions. They put it off. It's rather like, you know, we're going to die. The question is, we don't want to talk about pensions because it's a bit in the distance. But we've got to think about it as a serious matter, especially with the turmoil in the European Union at the moment over economic problems. Fortunately, therefore, help is at hand with this revealing and enlightening publication from Tolley, which presents all the key information about pensions tax in one volume, and Stephen Ward has done an excellent job, in our view, to produce this work in such an excellent way. In all, the book examines a vast range of pensions tax issues, from the pensions tax rules applicable to contributions to the pension fund itself and the effects of relevant legislation on these and other factors. Ward's stated aim is to place all the key information about pensions tax in a way that makes it accessible, not just to practitioners but to journalists and anyone interested in how the pension tax system works, which ideally should include those responsible for policy and legislation. So I hope some MPs look at this book too. Anyone working with or interested in pensions taxation, therefore, should add this book to their professional library. Thank you to Mr. Ward and to LexisNexis, Tolley Butterworths, for another excellent annual edition. Bye-bye.